This is another Pleiadian channeling session. Okay, thank you for allowing yourselves to hear our words. We enjoy being able to speak to each of you. We understand that you're in contact with all of us through your own individualized perceptions, deciphering our different messages to you as we assist each of you individually along your journey. When you come and you listen to channeled recordings like this, in many ways, this begins to craft within your imagination a map of all of the different dots of synchronicities that we co-create with you in your own personal lives. When you come to these types of channeled interactions, those dots then from your imagination, your spirit's point of view, begin to start to connect in a way that is much more obvious, much easier for you to begin to perceive. And that is why we highly value these types of channeled interactions. We see it as a compilation and a clarifying agent for many of you in respects to many of the different levels of communication you have with our species, with our kind, and with the inhabitants of our star system. We are delighted to be able to speak freely to all those who have ears to hear the freedom that is within all of you, understanding that each of you are infinitely free. And it is through your freedom that you choose the human experience. This experience of having a body, having an incarnation as a physical being, is done out of your free will. It is actually done out of choice. You, on every level of your spiritual self, are consenting and agreeing to this incarnational theme. And it is a little silly because many of you feel so limited, so confined, so restricted while you are experiencing yourself from the point of view of the body. Remember that your body is much more than just a physical vessel designed to interface with the physical reality. Remember, your body is a projection of your own spiritual consciousness. It is a physicalized reflection of your organic spiritual energy. The body in that way is a symbol. It is a multidimensional symbol because it can reflect so many different elements, so many archetypes, so many themes that are contained within your spiritual consciousness. Some of the primary themes that it contains are the themes of home. Understanding that your body reflects the idea of being truly home. Your body also reflects the idea of a vehicle, being able to travel, being able to explore. Your body also represents the theme of the pioneer, the adventurer, the explorer. Understanding that it is through connecting with your body that you pioneer, you explore, and you adventure into your life. These are some of the core fundamental themes that the body symbolically reflects to you by virtue of its existence. These are all natural elements contained within your soul. And the body is in many ways a projection of these elements. With this being said, remember that whenever you find sickness or disease within the body, you may find that there are certain elements of these themes that we have mentioned that are not being explored to their fullest. Are you being the pioneer, the adventurer in your life? Are you being the traveler? Are you traveling to where you need to travel to, whether it is down the street to the grocery store, your own backyard, your local waters, another country? Are you traveling, moving in the way you must move? Are you allowing for yourself to feel at home? Feeling at home within your own body, feeling at home within your own planet, and most of all, feeling at home within your own reality. These three fundamental themes of the body, when they are exercised to their fullest in full resonance with unconditional love, you'll find that many of the problems that you call your health challenges can begin to actually lessen in their severity. Because you'll be using the body's energy in the way it is designed to be used in support of these three major themes. You will also find you'll begin to attract different people, different opportunities, different adventures into your life through fully honoring these three fundamental aspects of the body. For when you embrace these aspects fully and you transform any negativity you may have infused into these neutral themes of home, of vehicle and travel, and pioneer and adventurer, you will find that these three themes, interwoven with the body's symbolic design, when they are transformed of their negativity, will allow for an acceleration in all aspects of what you call human life. Because many of your negative beliefs, your constructs, are linked to these three fundamental body-based qualities. We thank you for hearing this primary message. We thank you for using your freedom to create whatever it is you desire. And we understand that sometimes you create things you say you don't desire. But remember, this is all part of your process. This is all part of your evolution and your expanding. For if you only created that which you preferred all the time, you would actually find that at this point in your development, you would have a longing for what it is you don't prefer. The reason for that is what you don't prefer contains information. It contains messages. It contains teachings. And that is why you are birthing that which you don't prefer. So you can rapidly learn the lessons, transform whatever must be transformed within yourself, and then you can let go of the teacher of what you don't prefer and move more fully into what you do. And this is why we say you'd have a longing if you just had your highest preferences all the time. Because you're still learning from that which you don't prefer. And we would ask you not to invalidate those things that represent what you don't prefer. Embrace them as aspects of yourself. Embrace them as teachers, helping you to go forward into your being and forward into your preferences. For every time you see that which you don't prefer, you get a bigger point of view of that which you actually do. And the more you go into what you don't prefer, the greater the point of view of your highest preference will actually become, because you'll understand all of the intricacies related to what you don't prefer, and that will then, as a reflective tool, expand the point of view of what you do prefer. So remember, wherever you are in your journey, no matter what you're doing, no matter who you're with, no matter how you're living, remember it is all the sacred dance of life. That it is all okay, and that it is all a teacher. And the more that you can begin to send love and openness and appreciation into all the experiences that life hands you, the more you'll get a greater context into, again, the realities that you do prefer. And let's talk about that for a moment. The realities you do prefer. Why do you prefer them? This is a very good question. You don't have to answer that question, but feel into the question. What are the emotional states that you feel when you scan into the realities that are all representative of what you actually do prefer? This gives you a clue into why you actually prefer them. They are representing aspects of your own true consciousness, your own true spirit. And the idea is, many of you say, I must create that externally to perceive it. In order to feel love, I must have a romantic relationship. In order to feel safe and secure, I must have money. And the idea is the reason that these become realities that many of you say you do prefer is because you're getting in touch with the actual energy that these neutral props, these other realities, are reflecting back to you. And that's actually why you prefer them. They are showing you fundamental aspects of your own being. To extend this example, the idea of a romantic relationship revealing love is an indicator to investigate the unconditional love in yourself and to embrace the unconditional love in yourself. The idea of desiring money to create feelings of security is reflecting back to you your own sense of security that you have all the time because you'll always exist no matter what. And you'll find that each reality you say you want to create, you say you prefer, will always be pointing back to something within yourself that you actually already contain. And what you will find is that instead of attempting to create these different externalized manifestations of romantic relationships or money, instead of focusing wholeheartedly on the externalized reality, begin to focus on what is the fundamental quality of myself that these realities are showing me. And through actually cultivating and strengthening those qualities within yourself, through sending it love and attention and awareness, you'll actually begin to birth those externalized manifestations and more, because you'll be opening the door for more of the symbolism of what those externalized realities are representing to then flow into your life. So instead of focusing on the externalized portrayal of that reality, which you can do, and we encourage you to do, combine that fully with the internal state that it is reflecting. For those of you that say you wish for sexual desires to be met, sexual relationships, understand that this is reflecting the idea of unity within your planet, within one another, and within your own being, creating unity within yourself, full harmony with all aspects of your consciousness and the unconditional loving and embracing of all that you are. So instead of, for example, with the sexual relationships, instead of focusing wholeheartedly on creating them, create that unity within yourself, that union of all of your aspects together. And we are just beginning to expand your imagination's points of view into being able to see why it is you say you prefer each of these different realities. The same can be said for those of you who say you wish to perceive peace on earth. Every human being living together in harmony and unconditional love is again reflecting back to a greater aspect of your own being. Create that aspect in yourself. And you don't have to abandon all of the externalized ideas and symbols and representations, but we just want you to understand that they're showing you a deeper level of yourself that is its own energy, that through your attention, your care, you can begin to water and grow like a plant, and it will grow and expand and blossom within you. So you can then bring in those externalized realities you say you prefer and more. Because in order to accept more of that, you must contain it within you, for the external reality is created from within you. We thank you all for your attention. We thank you all for your co-creative energy in this interaction. It is our unconditional love to be able to speak to all of you freely, reminding you of the unconditional freedom of existence itself. Many blessings to all of you on your journey. Enjoy the walk, and thank you for all that you are, all that you will be, and all that you have ever been.